Okay, the first stitch I'm going to show you is that square stitch. It's like doing enough stitching where it looks like you have some decent sized squares. So let me show you what I mean. So to do this, I'm going to start counting diagonal. So here is my first square, okay? My string is through my first square, and I'm going to count that as number 1, and I'm going to count up diagonal 4, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to put my needle through, and when I pull it tight, it's going to look like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the sides to make it look like a square. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go right next door to my other empty hole, and I'm going to pull my needle through there. And instead of counting 4, now I'm going to count 3. So the square that my yarn went through is going to be number 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go through. And then I'm going to go back and go through the next one that doesn't have string in it. And I'm going to pull it through. And now I'm going to count 2. So I went 4, 3, 2. So I'm going to count this square that the string went through as 1 and go up one more. So 1, 2. And what I do to one side, I need to do to the other side as well. So when I start filling in this side, I'm going to go where I started my stitching right here, and I'm going to go through the square right above it, right here. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to count 3, because this middle one is 4, and I'm always going to count backwards until I get to 2. So I'm going to put this through, and the square with the yarn in it, that's going to be number 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go back again, and I'm going to go through this square that doesn't have any yarn in it, right above it. I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to count 2. So this is 1, 2. Now, if you notice, I have a stitch that looks pretty close to a square. When you want to continue doing squares, you are going to do this. See how this part looks like a little point? Well, you are going to go through that point, pull your string through, and then you're going to count up diagonal 4, and you're going to start all over again. So this first stitch is 1, okay, where your string went through, 2, 3, 4. This way our squares are going to be really tight and close together. Okay, it makes it tight and close together because we're going to start sharing squares that have string in it. See where my needle is? See how there's string in that square? Well, we're going to share this square with this string, okay? So we just started here, and now we're going 1 square above, pulling my string through, and then we count 1, 2, 3, because we already did our 4 stitch. And then we're going to go up above once again to share with the next square in yarn. So we're going to go through there, and we're going to count 2. 1, 2. Once you get to 2, you're done. Then you're going to do what you did to this side, but to the other side. So we're going to go next door to the empty one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And say I wanted to go up above with my square now. This is what I would do. I want my stitches all to go in the same direction. So I'm going to start right here. Do you see how this middle one is kind of the point to this square? And it doesn't have 2 pieces of string in it? Well, we want to put 2 in there. So the one that we do now is going to share. So we're going to put that through that point of our newest square. And we're going to count diagonal 4. So this is our first square, the hole we went through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull. And what we do to one side, we do to both the others. So see how we didn't go through this one yet? And this string is the only string. We want to pull our needle through there. We're going to count 3. And then we're going to count 2. And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So we're going to go through that empty square, count 3, And then we're going to go through our next square, count 2. And if we wanted to make a square here, here's what you would do, okay? You could work backwards, but my brain gets all fuddly-duddly when I do that. So what I do is I look back at my square here and I think, okay, where is the point to my square? Oh yeah, right there. So I'm going to put my string through there, pull, and I'm going to count 4. So there's my first one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to fill in. So I'm going to go right next door and share this one. I'm going to count up 3, and I'm going to share on that side too. I'm going to go through the next one and share. And I'm going to count 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going to fill in the other side. And there I have 4 squares all done. Pretty cool, huh?